So we're here with Graham Motion, Baxter Saratoga. We just watched both of our strong stipulation have a great work, but here with Graham to talk a little bit about Divine Oath. He's going to be making his first start for us in the President's Cup September 12th. And just wanted to ask you, Graham, when you initially got this horse, what were some of your thoughts when you first laid eyes on him and his progression up to having his first race for us here in about a week?
I mean, first of all, when he came to us, he's a very attractive, big, good-looking horse. He came to us in great shape from Todd. I spent the first week or two just kind of hacking him around, trying not to do too much with him, sort of getting him going again, because he ended up having probably 3 or 4 weeks off by the time we went to the sale and everything. So he took to that well. He was a little wound up when he first came to me, but I think being at Fairhill has been really good for him. He's settled down a lot. I actually, first couple of times I worked him, we had the opportunity at Fairhill to breeze over on a steeplechase course, which is a turf course, turf gallop. And I thought it'd be good for him to do something different. It's probably something he hasn't done before. It's a little bit uphill. So we did that with him. And then actually I breezed him yesterday, 5/8 before I left Fairhill, and I was very pleased with him. We went on the Tapeta in company. And of course up with the birds, who just ran the Arlington Million. So I was very pleased with how they went. He seems to be in good form. I think he should be ready for next week.
When you take a horse from another program that's had success, I know Up with the Birds is also a horse who had success in another program. What's your thought process when you obtain these horses that have already had success and keeping them at that same level and maybe even moving them forward, down the line?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I try not to change too much because, both those horses, we've mentioned, your horse and Up with the Birds, came from very good trainers. So I don't like to interfere too much. Having said that, at Fairhill we have the opportunity to do things a little different. We had the chance to gallop in the fields out the back, and we take him on long hacks. So it's something that's going to get him away from that racetrack experience. And he was a little wound up when he first came to me, and I thought it would be good for him to kind of settle down. And it's always good for turf horses to be more relaxed. So I think if anything, that's what I try to do. Is it's something I can do that a lot of people don't have the opportunity to do, if you like.
When you look at the older turf division, it's obviously you've had horses over the years, and Better Talk Now comes to mind for me, that have had these long extended careers well into their later years and been able to race at a high level. Talk about this turf division and how how many options there are. I know the race we're going to run in here at Parks the week after there's race at Kentucky Downs, and just throughout the year, what kind of campaigns do you always try to map out for your horses?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of options, and especially with a horse like Divine Oath, who looks like he'll go further. We're going to run him a mile and 8 at Parks next weekend, but I think there's going to be a lot of opportunities when you've got a horse that can run anywhere from a mile and 16th like he did in Lexington to a mile and a half, mile and 3/8 like he did in the United Nations. You've got a lot of options, so I think because of running on the grass, and especially when you're running longer distances, it's no secret the horses tend to last a little longer. They don't have to run so fast, they don't have to run so hard. So I think that's why a horse like Better Talk Now is around for so long.
But one last question we have. I know we had a local rider reach out to us about riding this horse, Frankie Pennington. Some of our partners might not know anything about him, but he's been a top rider in the Mid-Atlantic circuit for many years, and you just give us a little light on him.
Yeah, Frankie's a top rider. I mean, he's been, like you say, leading rider at Parks for a long time. He's a guy that I try to get when I run at Parks, and often I can't get him, so I was excited that he wanted to jump on this horse. So look, I think he's a really sensible rider. I think he'll suit this horse, and the fact that we've got him, I think, is a real attribute, to be honest.
All right, great. We're looking forward to kicking off, our campaign here with Divine Oath, and I know both Graham and I are excited, and lucky to have him running next Saturday, and hopefully we'll get this last little bit of him finished up. It's a great opportunity to get involved with a horse that's going to be competing at a stakes level, throughout the rest of this year, and hopefully into many more years from here.